Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is the fact that a state of emergency has been declared for 33 counties along the Gulf of Mexico in the state of Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis has declared this state of emergency in response to a new tropical system that is forming in the coast of Mexico, leaving almost half of the state under a state of emergency. DeSantis said in a statement that he signed an executive order issuing a state of emergency out of an abundance of caution. This system that has developed into Tropical Depression 10 off of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula late Saturday afternoon, and the Tropical Depression 10 is forecasted to gradually strengthen over the next 48 hours, likely becoming Tropical Storm Idalia on Sunday. And the current forecast calls for the storm to approach Florida's Gulf Coast later on Tuesday. So DeSantis' statement continued to ensure that the Florida Division of Emergency Management can begin staging resources, and Floridians have plenty of time to prepare their families for a storm this week coming up. So if you haven't already, please don't go crazy. Just stock up a little bit more on some non-perishables, on some water if you haven't already. If you are in a low-lying area, like if you live by the water, get some sandbags, okay? Bring in, if you have a garage, bring in, some of your things that you feel might fly away, like if you have planters, some of your patio furniture, things like that. I don't know if this tropical storm is going to be a bad one. I really don't. Is this going to hit us where we are? Probably. I'm in Tampa, so it could probably hit us. We're going to take the precautions that we always have to take. We'll bring in our patio furniture, put it in the garage, bring in our planters, from the garden and stuff like that. Okay. So, our governor is encouraging Floridians to have a plan in place to ensure that their hurricane supply kit is stocked, and I'm doing the same. Okay. Please make sure that you have your first aid kit ready and stocked up. Like I said, non-perishables and some water. What we generally like to do, okay, because my grandkids, my niece and nephew, they're in school generally during the week, obviously. So school is going to obviously be canceled. So we'll get a couple loaves of bread. We'll get obviously peanut butter and jelly, because that's what the kids like to eat anyway. We'll get some snacks. We'll get their favorite juices, things like that, things that don't have to be refrigerated. All right. Make sure if you have your generators, get your gas for your generators. If you have a solar generator, make sure everything is powered up and ready to go. Make sure, if you do have your solar panels, make sure those are ready to go, things like that. Okay. Any power banks, make sure your power banks are ready to go. Okay. I've already started, doing these things. I started doing them yesterday, just out of abundance of caution. I'm so used to these types of things, that it doesn't even bother me anymore. But because of the kids living here, I always got to make sure that we are always prepared. Okay. Please don't be afraid. Everything's going to be fine. We have each other, right? So according to the executive order, the forecast currently places a tropical storm or a hurricane making landfall along Florida's Gulf Coast early to mid next week, with the potential for heavy rainfall, strong winds, and for isolated tornadic activity. So always with hurricanes, tornadoes always seem to follow. Okay. So please make sure that if you don't have a garage, please make sure you have things strapped down. Okay, that's something else. If you don't have at least a carport, please make sure things are strapped down. Okay. DeSantis He is not going to be here in Florida, of course not, when this thing rolls in. He is going to be in Kershaw, South Carolina, so he's not even going to be here. But like I said, please make sure that you have your emergency kits ready with your non-perishables, your water, your gas for your generators. Make sure your solar generators are ready to go. Your power banks are ready to go. And if you need anything, if you need any advice, don't hesitate to email me. Okay? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less. Ciao.